Hi everyone, welcome. This is Thursday. We're doing Table Talk Thursdays. I'm just setting everything up real quick. Give me just a second. Well, it looks like it's going to take a minute anyhow God, I'm going in 5 places at once already. Give me just 1 second. I do need to set up here real quick. All right. Well, welcome. I see I have a couple people on. I know I was just a couple minutes behind today. It seemed to be my day today. I don't know. Sometimes we have those days, right? So, welcome. Tonight is Divine Order and Divine Timing. Hey, Tammy, how are you? Welcome. I am setting my tablet up. I am without a moderator. Usually on Thursday nights I don't have a moderator. So, it takes me a moment to set up for the evening. So, give me just... see. I want to see... trying to get up my live here. Give me just a second, guys. 1 second. Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm glad you're joining me. It is Table Talk Thursday, and tonight's Divine Timing, Divine Order. I am Elyse Ann Psychic, the Psychic Liaison, Bridge the Unseen. So glad you're joining me. Here we go. I think I finally got it up on my tablet. There we go. Well, hi, Will, and hello, Michelle, and hello, Princess Sophia, and hello, Sheila. Hi everyone, how are you doing tonight? Let's go ahead and share this out on our timelines publicly into groups, and also tag your friends in the comments. Have them come on over, invite them over. You know we always have a lot of fun, right? So let's talk Divine Timing and Divine Order tonight. What I want to ask all of you though is if you're new to this, please know that any and all comments and questions are absolutely welcome. I am not going to sit and just talk at you for the hour. I never do that. I won't do that. I'll end it early. I haven't had to yet, so I know you guys are great at it. But I want to know, wonderful, and hope all is well with you. Thank you, Michelle. It is. I've just been. It's been kind of a fun, wild, busy day, and seems like I've just seem to be just a couple minutes behind. I don't know, one of those days, but it's good. All is really good. So I want to know from all of you. What is it you want to know about divine timing and divine order? Because when it was suggested to me originally, I'm like, yeah, I could talk about that. I just don't know. Hey, Natalie, you know how long I can really talk about that. But then this is what came to me today, because I was sitting there and okay, Spirit, what am I going to do? This and that. Well, divine order and divine timing has also a lot of play in manifestation. So we are going to talk about some of that tonight too. But I really want to know from you, all of you, what are you looking to learn on this one? Do you just want to know? I'll start out and just tell you a little bit about it and what it's about. You know, they are two separate things. Divine timing is different than divine order. And yet they very much are this work in tandem. Okay, and so divine timing, divine order. Hey, Corey, how you doing? Welcome. Divine timing and divine order. Okay, well, divine is divinity of God, source, creator, I am. They also fall under universal law. I mean, it's purpose. Yes, that is part of it. Absolutely. Yes, Princess Sophia, thank you. And divine is perfect, right? And everything is exactly the way it should be. Okay. So this all plays all into that. And like I said, they're two different things. Divine order really does sit in the place of, let's see, can you get a time frame when you say divine timing? Well, that's exactly the point, Natalie. Good question. And I'm going to, okay, let's talk about divine timing. I was going to talk about divine order first, but that's fine. You know, we go, ooh, I just dropped my ring. We go where the wind blows, right? Excuse me, I just want to make sure I don't accidentally step on it. Okay, it's fine. It can be down there. I play with my rings sometimes. I just have this ring I wear. Anyhow, dropped right out of my hands. So, divine timing. You know, divine timing means exactly the timing it's supposed to be. Okay, it's all based on universal law. It's all based on the higher source. It's all what is exactly what it's supposed to be. the timing of things. So this is very, very tricky. Can you get a time frame when you say divine timing? Well, that's the whole point of it. I'm not sure when you say, can I get a time frame when I say divine timing? Or do you mean, can Spirit tell us what that divine timing is going to be? Usually not. I mean, they will give maybe time frames. Well, you're right. You said can get a time frame. So they may give you a block, like if you come to me and we're doing a reading, they do give me time frames sometimes, but we always have to remember that it doesn't necessarily, energy is always, it's free flowing. It's always shifting and changing. But, so many of us, we've talked about this, it seems like a lot lately. And I know for myself, I've been going through it. All right. Because, look, guys, I'm a spiritual teacher and I know everything, how to do it all. But let's be real, I'm human too. So I've had something I've been working on manifesting for a very, very, very long time. Very long time. Years. Okay, years. Really, honestly. I'll be honest with you. And it's been very frustrating for me. And I've had friends tell me all this sign, divine timing, and I'm like, oh, forget it. I don't want to hear that, right? But the truth, hey, Tommy, welcome. Glad to see you. The truth is, hi, Crystal, welcome. Things change, so does timing, yes. But the truth is this. Divine timing is exactly that. It's exactly the way it's supposed to be. And timing it's supposed to be. Why is that? That can frustrate the heck out of us as human beings. Oh, yeah. You're talking to someone who was totally impatient before. I've learned patience, but it's still a tough one for me, right? So we can sit there, especially when we're working on manifesting something. We really want something. Divine timing, divine timing. What does that mean? When? Divine timing means exactly when it's the right timing is when it's going to show up. But why is that? Well, why couldn't I have it yesterday? Or why couldn't it show up years ago? Okay, let me look at this. I have a couple questions. I'll answer that in a second, but let me just keep up with this here. When is the best time to manifest or set your intentions, full or new moon? Everybody has a little bit, Keishla, everybody has a little bit of a different idea with that. New moon would be a good time to set your intentions and manifest. Full moon is to me more about releasing. But other people may think of it and speak of it differently. Everybody's a little different. I'm just telling you from my perspective and what I believe. So, let's see. There was something else that somebody asked. How to get clarification when you're on the right path. Are you asking how to get clarification, Sheila? Is that what the question is? I just need a clarification. I would like you to clarify it, so I'm sure I'm answering your question. All right, sweetheart? Thank you. All the time, I will say. That's true. You can say, okay, ritually, though, I would say the new moon. But, yeah, all the time. You can do it all the time, absolutely. But she's asking, like, the best time. What to look for. Okay. Let's get into that in just a minute, Sheila, okay? I'm going to make a note on that. Because in these lives, what I love to do on Table Talk Thursdays, we meander wherever the questions and comments go. But I do want to go a little bit further on the divine timing before I go into, what to look for clarity, okay? So, is seeing numbers a sign that you were in divine timing? It could. Sure. Depends on what numbers you're seeing and what's in relation to. I'd love to give you a simple, oh, yes, absolutely, but there is no absolute with it. I would say, yes, it could very well mean you are in divine timing. You're welcome, Sheila. Corey says, I agree. Manifest when the moon is waxing and release when the moon is waning. Thank you, Corey, for that. Donna Marie, hello. So let's talk about divine timing. So I was telling you, there's something I've been working on for years. And I'm still watching things, but it looks like, well, I know I've manifested it to a degree, and now I'm watching it to see it manifest into full bloom. But I'm going to be honest, it's taken me a very long time. And literally, I used to, not literally, actually, pull my hair out. It's what I really want, right? But, see, this is the beauty of it. As much as I wanted it, and it took years. And like I said, it's not fully manifested yet, but I think I'm really on my way. I can see some things that are showing me that. I realize now that looking back with this, everybody telling me divine timing, and I used to get so frustrated. Don't tell me that. I don't want to hear that, right? I can look back over those years. Hey, Debbie, nice to see you too tonight. Thank you for joining us. We were talking about divine timing and divine order tonight. Sorry, I was watching a comment that went by. But I can look back now on those years, as frustrating as it was and as much as I really wanted this, I can now look back and say, I totally see why it's happening now and not then. All right. And it can be very, very frustrating. But why does this happen? Well, to be honest, I had a big healing journey to go on. I spent a lot of time healing. I'm a thriver. We're changing the word from survivor to thriver. I had a lot of trauma to work through, and I did a lot of healing. And I look at it and I say, okay, well, I really, for myself, I love where I'm at now. I've come a long way. I'm really solid in who I am and how I feel about things. This is for me. I'm not saying, woo, look at me. I'm just saying. But back then, I wasn't as solid. I was nowhere near as solid. So even if I had manifested this thing, actually, I can think of a couple things actually now that I'm saying that. But if I had, it had truly, completely, manifested what I had envisioned back then, I wouldn't have had the wherewithal to manage it. All right? And I can say that now looking back. Oh, believe me, the mental torture. Oh, believe me, the crying, the begging, the pleading, the everything I did. Oh, yes, I did. Right? But it didn't matter how much begging and crying I pleaded. It wasn't divine timing yet because I wasn't ready. Now, I didn't know that then. I wasn't as aware. I mean, I knew I had things, but I wasn't like deep in the awareness on it. But now looking back, it would have failed. And I know it now. Had it shown up when I had desired it to show up. Actually, there's two different things. And so I can see that now, and as impatient as I am, I can go, okay, I get it. Because now, as I see things manifesting, what I'm looking for to happen, it's happening in such a beautiful, powerful way that I don't even know I could have embraced back then. All right, so I know as human beings it's so frustrating. It can be. Well, at least for this human being, it has been extremely beyond frustrating. But in many, many times within the space of the divine timing, it really is a beautiful gift. Because what would have happened had it shown up? Would have came and I would have lost it. Okay? And yeah, no, I don't want to give details. I know, like, just kind of, I'm giving you a general umbrella. I'm not going to give details of what they are. That's kind of personal to me. But I love you all, but sorry, I'm not going to share it. But it's there are many, many different reasons for divine timing. And I'll go into some of it beyond me not, like us not being ready. There's other reasons why divine timing comes into play and why maybe it doesn't arrive when we had hoped. All right. But let me catch up on a few of the comments here. So let's see. Yes, it can be, Corey, absolutely. Divine timing can be frustrating at times. Oh, frustration. Frustrating, I think, is an understatement, at least for this human being. All right. So, okay. Keishla says, is that why people say everything happens for a reason? Lord, LOL. Divine order. That's where you're stepping into now, divine order. And we are going to talk about that a little bit. But yeah, that's exactly it, divine order. And I guess, yeah, divine timing too, though. For my story, like, everything happens for a reason, yes. Because you can look at it and say, well, why didn't it happen back then? Well, divine timing wasn't right. Because I wasn't ready. I thought I was, but I wasn't. All right? So, great point there. I love it. So what are some of the other reasons why? Is it so much that you're going to sit there and look at yourself in the mirror and say, I guess I'm not ready. No, it's not always that. That's not the end all be all. It's part of it and a potential possibility here with that. However, let's say your situation involves other people, what you're working on manifesting, another person or other people. All right. Sometimes there are things that we do want to come to fruition and manifest, but it may be just us singularly in a situation, not necessarily involving others. So let's talk about involving others. Maybe they're not ready. Let's talk about love for a minute. I know some of you that are on here are looking for partners. All right. And let's talk about that for a minute, because I know how frustrating it can be, right? But maybe, just maybe, give this thought an opportunity. Maybe the timing, it isn't anything about you. Maybe you are ready. Maybe you got everything in order. Maybe that partner isn't quite ready. Ever think of that? Maybe they have something they have to work through. Or something in their life that they're not in a place to be able to fully commit or meet you on the same level, you know? So, because I know that's frustrating for a lot of people, and I understand that. But if we can sit back and just say, okay, maybe I feel very ready, and I know he, she, they, whatever your pronouns are that you use, is out there. And I know that when we are both ready, we will meet. So the reason I'm, my spirit team's, always with me. You guys, you know how that works. The reason that's being brought up is because I know that a lot of us will turn around, especially when it comes to love relationships, and say, well, what's wrong with me? Why can't I find anybody? Why isn't anybody, whatever goes through your head. I don't know, we tend to turn things on ourselves, which is not the most beneficial, but hey, I come from that space a long time ago too, so I get it. And, Princess Sophia, I love that. She says, maybe the right house for you is not built yet. I love that. And that, my dear, brings me to a story that I was going to share. It came to me. I had forgotten about it forever. And a couple days ago, I was like, okay, we're going to do divine timing, divine order, spirit. So let's, I kind of talked to them a couple days ahead of time. I'm like, okay, let's start getting it together, And so, because they're with me, you guys. They're always with me, my spirit team. I mean, they're always communicating with me when I do these. Even though I'm not doing psychic readings, they're always there. We're partners. 1,000% through and through. Talking about a house, right? In divine timing. Okay. This goes way back. I was married at the time. And we were looking to move. We owned a condo and we were looking to actually buy a house. We were looking to start a family. I was, my younger days, not that old, but younger days. And we found a house that was affordable, but it was like 10 miles even further north. And we were quite north of where we wanted to be to some degree. We really didn't want to go any further north because that was taking us even further away from most of the people, that we knew. And 10 miles might not seem like a lot, but when you're already about, 15, 20 miles from most of the people that you're close to, it makes it even further, right? So we put an offer in with a contingency back in the day when I think you could do contingencies. I don't even know if they'll allow that anymore, but basically it says, hey, we're going to buy your home based on the fact that we sell our home. Otherwise we can't buy it, right? So we did that, and our condo did not sell. So we lost the house that we were trying to purchase. And I was very upset. He was very upset. And we kind of had to put hold on things for a little bit. And then several months later, we were able to, okay, let's put it on the market again, the condo, and let's see what we find. And so we went out, of course, house searching for ourselves too. We happened to find a cute little house right in the same city where we're at. So I think it was like a mile or two up the road. So, from where we were living, not up even, but, it didn't take us really any further away. So we actually did the contingency purchase. We sell our condo, we'll buy your house, and it worked that time. And so in the moment we were like, oh, we lost this house. Oh, that just is terrible. We really, dot. Looking back, you can look at a situation like that and see it right in front of your face. The divine timing was it was supposed to fall through. Divine order, divine timing. It was supposed to fall through. Because at the time we originally tried to sell, there were no houses in our area that would work for us. So, there you go. Divine timing, divine order. The house was not built yet. Well, it was built already, but it wasn't available. So I love that. I love that. That is great, Princess Sophia. Thank you. So, that's how it shows up in our world. The divine timing and the divine order. And divine order, and I still have the question about the clarification, Shayla. So hang tight, honey. I'm going to get to that. But there are definitely a lot of reasons for the timing. Okay, there was the example of the house where we were supposed to stay in the area, obviously. So we went about doing our thing, but Spirit had different ideas and different plans for us. And we were so much happier being, in the same area than having to move even further away from everybody. So it worked out really well. And that's the perfection of it. Now, let's talk a little bit further about this, though, too. Divine order and divine timing. These things are chosen, or Spirit works within this space because they want to deliver to us the biggest bang wows they can, So lots of times when we're thinking about creating things, we're starting to step into the manifestation part of this. Excuse me. Lots of times when we think about this and creating it and creating what we want, we have the limitations of our human mind. The capacity of our human mind is vast, however, limited in comparison to Spirit. And so as human beings, and we also tend to like to make things fit into boxes. That's the way our minds work. We kind of say, oh, this means this, and we put it in that box. What we don't realize is sometimes this can mean this, or this. So which box does it belong in, right? So we may think, okay, I'm going to manifest this for myself, and this is what I see. But if you look back on your life and you look at some of the times that Spirit has delivered miracles, so much bigger and better than you could have ever imagined. Because guess what, guys? Like I said, our human minds are limited. Spirit is limitless. And they can create these beautiful blessings and miracles that our human minds can't even wrap our heads around. And so why am I saying that? How does that have to do with divine timing and divine order? Because what we think is really the greatest thing for ourselves, Spirit's got bigger plans. Sometimes those bigger plans take time. Sometimes we're so stuck in this is what I want, 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 our energy's stuck so they really can't get through. Right? Because we have to be open to it on some level. So, a Spirit can deliver such amazing miracles. And so divine timing and divine order is all part of that. That's how they can make it all happen. What is divine about? I mean, what makes it divine? It's the most perfect timing and order of things ever possible. Okay, let me see here. I got another comment. But can you see when is divine timing in the cards or with your spirit teams? Can I see divine timing? It's I'm toying with the answer. Give me a second, because I want to check with Spirit. I'm kind of between two answers here. Okay, I'm checking with them how to answer it. Okay, so we can see timing, as you guys know who have had readings with me. We get time frames. However, is it divine timing, like exactly divine timing? I don't know if I can answer that. I mean, I connect with the highest vibrational beings. I'm getting information from them. So we can get time frames, and maybe it is the divine timing. You know, it's an interesting question. I have to admit, Natalie, I never really separated it out that way, if that makes sense. But I want to say that, yeah, the time frames that we're given in readings, or I should speak only for myself, but the time frames that I'm given, I get them from the divine. So, yeah, I guess so, divine timing. The only thing to keep in mind is there is divine timing. Many times, if not most, I'll go out on a limb on that. Spirit can push through even if we kind of are in the way. However, just remember that, again, that can shift depending on circumstances. So, it gets very, very intricate, you guys, because think about this. If you, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought because I looked at a comment real quick and then I looked away. Didn't even read it, but it totally took my thought process. Hold on a second. So sorry. If, lost it. So I guess we're supposed to move on. It'll come back to me if we're supposed to get it. I apologize, you guys. Can I see when it's divine timing in the cards? This is what I was going to say. Okay. So we may see divine timing. Thank you. I knew Spirit would bring it back to me. We may see divine timing or timing, right? But remember this. If there are other people involved also, everybody has free will, free choice also. So we may be reading something in this moment. We're doing a reading. We're telling you a time frame. I'm telling you a time frame. Now, I always tell you, things can shift. Energy's always shifting, right? Yes. So let's say we're looking at George and Bill and you, Lori. I don't know. Lori, Bill, and George. Well, Lori, Bill, and George are in the certain energy at this time. I'm reading about the situation and I get it and I give them a time frame. But then George wakes up the next morning and decides he's going to make a totally different decision. He's going to change everything up and then, all right. So now we have different energy to work with, and that's what Spirit has to look at. And is his choice kind of throwing a monkey wrench in the works and we have to refigure it? So again, I'm using quite simplistic terms to explain this. It's very intricate, very detailed. It's energy. All right? But to give some sort of explanation for our human minds to understand, that's the best way I know how to explain it. All right? So I hope that helped. Okay, Sheila says, is it just better to surrender and go with the flow and let it unfold organically? Absolutely. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. That's beautiful because, yes, that is a big, big piece of manifesting. Big piece. And divine order, divine timing all plays into it. It's all part of it, yes. Let's see. Spirit are clever with timing. Give us hope. It's to make us stronger. I want to laugh because I sometimes feel that way. I was going to say it, but I do. You guys know I'm real raw. You know I am who I am. Yeah, sometimes it's about, look, think about this, though. If there's something you really want, and they tell you, oh, it's 12 years from now, what are you going to do? You're going to be like, oh, and face plant. Right? And I'm not saying they lie to us. But I do think that sometimes it's, kind of like our counselor kind of pulls us along till we get to the goal. So I have to say, I kind of agree with that, Princess Sophia. Yes, but yes, they know when we are ready. They know when everyone is ready. They know it. I mean, they know it all. And so, yeah, they know when we are ready. And that's another piece. Thank you for saying that because, we talked about divine timing, divine order. We may think we're ready. Just like I told you my story. I was like, I'm ready. Let's go. And looking back, I was the furthest from ready. So that is a good thing to remember, you guys, because especially when it comes to this kind of stuff, we can get so frustrated. And sometimes when I get frustrated, I just say, okay, look. I'm doing my part. I'm doing what I can do. Okay? Actions internal working, you know, on myself, growing, learning. So I'm doing my part. They, spirit, knows what I'm looking for, knows what I want, knows what I want to manifest. And that's where surrender comes in and going with the flow. Now, hey Melissa, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Oh, you're welcome, Natalie. Thank you, sweetheart. You know, Spirit guides my words lots of times. So thank you, Spirit, for the good explanation there. Thank you, Natalie, for that comment. What was I going to... See, I did it again. So surrender. All right. Let's talk a minute about that, because there's a real misconception when it comes to surrender and allowing. Okay? Allowing. Allowing really is right in line with divine order. Things are the way they are. We have to allow that because that's the truth. Now, we may want it to be different, but that's a whole other thing. All right? So surrender and allowing is just acknowledging the present as it is. That's all it is. You're not judging it. You're not saying it's okay. You're not saying it's not okay. You're just saying it is. That's surrendering and allowing. You don't have an emotional attachment to it. You just go, okay, this tablet's a tablet. All right. It's that simple. I've surrendered to the fact it is a tablet, and I'm allowing it to be a tablet. Now, maybe I want something else, and it's up to me to go get it, but I am not fighting the fact that this is a tablet. I'm not wanting it to be something else. I'm not using my energy to want it to be something else. I'm allowing it to be what it is. So that's surrender and allowing, okay? Hi, Mary. How are you, honey? Welcome. Princess Sophia likes saying to a child, eat another spoon of food. And when they have just one more. There you go, right? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, here, just a little bit more. Right, yeah, I know, Princess Sophia. You guys don't think that I have my own stuff in my own personal life, you know? What are you going to do? Gotta laugh, you know, because it is what it is. I've surrendered. All right. So just remember, a lot of people kind of get stuck on the allowing because they think that means that they're agreeing that it's okay, or what someone might have done is okay, whatever it is. If the situation is, it's not necessarily that you're not judging it. That is not judgment. And that's a big piece of manifesting, you guys, taking the judgment out of it. All right. So, hey, I got a tablet. It's a tablet. But you know what? I want a desktop computer. Now, am I going to scream at my tablet to be a desktop computer because I really want one? No. I'm going to take the actions and do what I need to do to create the ownership of a desktop computer for myself. All right? Going with the flow. Absolutely. Yeah, detachment is key. Absolutely, Sheila. Absolutely. And that's what makes it tricky sometimes for us to manifest, because if our heart's really in it, man, you know, it's, yeah, it can be tough. But, hold on a second. Natalie says, being grateful helps, I think, accept what you have first. Absolutely. Gratitude is huge. Gratitude, you guys, is huge in everything that we do. It sends so many beautiful messages to the universe. First of all, being grateful is saying thank you to the universe. When someone gives you something or offers you something or helps you or guides you or supports you, comforts you, another human being, you thank them. Say thank you for the help. Okay, let's do it for spirit too, right? But also, hey Manny, how are you? Welcome. Glad you're joining us. But also, it's also sending a signal to the universe of your worthiness, of your self-worthiness and deservedness. Because you're telling the universe, hey, I recognize I received this. I know I deserve it, and thank you. Because so many of us, when we're in that space and we struggle with deservedness, lots of times we don't acknowledge, because we feel that lack, like we don't deserve it, so we don't take that extra step to acknowledge it. if that makes sense to you guys. And so, it's really, oh, there you go, Will. And so it's really, it is a key to it. Now, let me give you a little something here. I've worked over the years on manifesting more abundance. I come from a very negative background, glass half empty, money doesn't grow on trees, everything that says, oh, gee, you're not going to have enough money. And so I over the years have worked on building that. I recognize that I have a certain adversity to it from my upbringing and all kinds of things that were buried really deep. I was able to unearth that on my own. It is the work I do with my clients a lot too, but I'm fortunate enough that my spirit team unearths it and gives it to me. So they help me with that. But what I started doing in the very beginning is, even if I found a penny on the ground, I'd pick it up and I'd say thank you. I'd look up, it's really a reference. They're all around us, but this is the way I just do it. Thank you. I look up. And then I'd start, nickel, a dime, a quarter, whatever I found, whatever gift I'm given. If I got a $2 rebate check in the mail, I don't know, I'm just pulling something out. I'd be like, thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. And what is the point I'm trying to get at? As I did that, the amount of money that was coming my way and I was being gifted with started to increase. So then we started getting into dollars. Then we started getting into, $10. Then we started getting into the hundreds. And then we started getting higher. And so the gratitude helps with the energy of manifestation. And it's difficult sometimes. I used to not be able to be grateful either. I used to not think. Guys, it's not to go, oh, poor me. I'm just saying, I know how this goes. I've walked this. And so the more, Will, I do the same when I find money. Absolutely. If it's a penny, if it's $1, whatever it is, absolutely. Because you are sending, not you, but anybody is sending a message, an energetic message to Spirit. Every thought, every word, every action, it's all sending to Spirit. And Spirit doesn't judge it. Spirit doesn't judge it. They receive it. That's all they do. So if they're feeling the gratitude, they receive the pure gratitude. If you're pushing it away, but you still say, I deserve it, you're giving two different signals. It's a work in progress, you guys. Look, you think I got here overnight, and I still have, there's always things. There's always things to work through. That's why we're here, okay? So let me look at a few more of these comments here. Let's see. So true. Yes, Sheila. Vanny, excuse me. Is it Vanny or Vanny? I'm sorry. It's one or the other. I apologize for not knowing how. I'm going to call you Vanny. Hopefully that's correct. She says, I'm very well, dear. Thank you. I feel you're awesome. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. Okay, you guys are having a little... Okay, that's the seed. That's the seed, that penny. Absolutely. Oh, I like that, Vanny. Yes, that's the seed. Oh, I like that. Thank you. Sheila says, I've been changing my relationship with money, unlearning what was instilled in me as a child. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Sheila and everybody else, I hope you were following and liking my Elyse Ann Psychic page and have your favorites set, or your notifications set at favorites. Because I'm all about, you guys, I talk a lot about this stuff. All over the place in my posts and my lives. A lot of us were instilled as a child. There's so much negativity in this. We're brought up. We're fed a constant diet, of that. And I don't know if I want to say I'm on a mission, but I know part of my purpose is to shift that. That's part of why I had to go through my journey. If you guys knew me even 15 years ago, everything was negative. Everything. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Anyhow, yeah, it's unlearning what was instilled. So we have to break down the foundation. We gotta kind of break it all up. Get rid of what doesn't belong, and if we need to relay a whole new foundation, then do it. I know that's what I did. I pretty much obliterated everything. I have pieces, but I rebuilt from scratch practically because I had to rebuild due to my childhood upbringing. So, all right. Let's see. Will says, you taught me that early on about being grateful for the little blessings as well as the big, and to have noticed the money growing. Awesome. Awesome, Will. I'm so glad. Yay. All right. Vanny says, we get more of what little we appreciate. Yes. Oh, it's Vanny. It's Vanny? Vanny. Okay, Vanny. Hi, Kelly. How are you? Welcome. Hey, his gift. How are you? Hello, sunshine. I like that, even though it's dark here. Welcome. Write a new book of ourselves. Oh, yeah, I like that. Vanny says, repeating a recording of money affirmations helps me feel confident. Affirmations are awesome. Awesome, awesome. I even use them sometimes, you guys. I do. I'm living a human life. I laugh. I have to laugh, because life, you gotta laugh at life. It's not like I'm not serious. I'm a very serious person, but, some of this for me is, what's the point? Life has its ups and downs, so let's not get too overly distraught if we, I get some circumstances, but, life is also very much about the attitude towards it. I've learned that, definitely. Okay, Natalie says, rebuilding my foundation, that's what I've been working on. It's so important. Yeah, Natalie, I know, girlfriend. I know you have, and you've been doing a fabulous job. Woo, you have. I know you have. Okay, so Vanny says, your energy is cool. It's enlivening. Thank you, sweetheart. I so appreciate that. All right. So even though I was a little worried, like, what are we going to talk about for an hour? We're down to about the last 15 minutes, and I have nothing more to say. No, I'm just kidding. When do I never have nothing to say? Very rare. When do I never have anything to say? I'm like, wait, I use double negatives in that. Don't do that. All right. So, in the last 15 minutes, we're going to go on. I'm going to talk a little bit more. I think it was Sheila that asked about, what to look for clarity. Let's talk about that. But while I'm talking about that, as we're in the last 15 minutes, if there's any questions, you guys, that you want to ask, please do it now. And the comments, keep them coming. I love it. That's what this is all about, right? Okay. And by the way, I haven't said this whole hour practically. I don't know who's still here. I don't know if any of you are new to me, but and even if you're not new to me, I just want to say to all of you, welcome. I'm so glad you're joining me tonight. I love doing these. I've been doing them for a while. I'm looking to build my viewership on it. Seems to be an up and down, but we're good. I know those that are here are here. Those that are supposed to find me will find me. I give of this. This is my way of giving back. I'm of service. Yes, this is the way I earn a living, but I'm also do a lot of being of service because that is part of my purpose here. So spreading the love and compassion, people. Love and compassion. All right, so his gift says, the downs are the stepping stones for you to get to a higher power and level in life. Yes. And the other thing about the downs, I believe every situation that we have in life is an opportunity to learn and grow. Now, I'm not saying like every mundane situation, but I'm just saying most places, any of these situations, especially if it's a downer or an upsetting situation, I highly encourage when you're able to, like after some of the emotions or what have you, after you've processed them, I strongly urge you to go in and become a miner. What do I mean? Mine for the gems from the situation. What is it that you can take from it? You can learn and grow. All right? Mine from it. All right. Money accentuates what we believe about life in the core. I'd have to say in many ways I do agree with that. Yeah, Vinny, yeah. It's true. It's true. Yeah. What do we believe, and what are our money beliefs? What are our beliefs about life? Yeah, and so many of us don't realize because it's on the subconscious. So it's so ingrained. It's been so like we've been fed this for so long. It's just like almost part of who we are. Yet it's not. It can be shifted and changed. If I could do it, anyone can do it. I gotta say. Okay, your energy is encouraging. Thank you, sweetheart. Okay, Will, rock bottom became the solid foundation on which I rebuilt my life. I know, and you're doing it. You too. You're doing an amazing job. Keep it going, guys. Hey, Faylene, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Sheila, you're new. Wow, I'm so glad you joined us. I'm hoping you'll like and follow my Elyse Ann Psychic page. And you guys, invite your friends to my page. Let them take advantage of everything I offer. I do all kinds of postings and channel card messages, all kinds of stuff. So, Sheila says I'm new. Thank you. In the last 45 minutes flew by. I love it. Thank you, sweetheart. I'm so glad you joined us. And by the way, especially some of you new people, but everybody, if there's ever a topic, metaphysical, inspirational, spiritual topic, that you want me to cover in one of these lives, please let me know. Put it in the comments. Direct message me. Guys, I do this for you. Do I learn and really enjoy this? And do I learn from you guys too? Absolutely. But this is my work. These are the subjects that I've taught about at, community college. I've done all of this. Or I have a tap in, with my spirit team. So if there's an answer I don't know, I check with them and they give it to me. Why am I saying this? Because I'm here for you. This is one of the big ways I give back. I'm of service. Because a lot of this information you're getting, to be honest, used to be charged in workshops. And I was going to start them up again, and I didn't. I'm doing table talk. It's good. I mean, we go much further in the workshops, but all I'm saying is take advantage of what I have to offer. That's it. I'm done with that. All right. Let me see. Let me see. Natalie says, Elyse, readings are awesome, Sheila. She's fabulous. Thank you, sweetheart, Natalie. That's so kind of you. Thank you, thank you. His gift says, I love to come in and catch your lives. Your energy and positivity is contagious. Thank you for sharing your gift with all of us. You're welcome, sweetheart, and thank you for your beautiful words. I know. I love having you guys are just so amazing to me. And I just love the community that's being built. I absolutely adore it. Guys, I'm all about the love and light and compassion, and you guys are just wonderful to each other. When you're on my lives, you're helping I just love it. Okay, so let's see here. We're going to look at, let's talk a minute. I told Sheila I was going to talk about clarity, and I haven't yet. So let's make sure we cover that. What to look for clarity. Well, when we get information from Spirit, really the clarity is, we can watch for signs. Because Spirit communicates in a lot of different ways, and I think this is what you're asking, Sheila. If not, let me know in the comments if you were thinking in a different avenue here. But Spirit communicates in all different ways. And sometimes what they'll do is they'll send us signs, or we'll be thinking something and they'll send a clarifying sign, or you can ask them for a clarifying sign or clarifying communication. Because maybe they just want to whisper it to you. I don't know. I don't know where everybody, I hear, see, feel, touch, know, and, I got all the clairs going. But when we want clarity, we can ask them for clarity. We can ask, but always, 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 if you're ever going to ask Spirit for clarification on anything, please add these words: under grace and in a perfect way, easily and effortlessly. Because Spirit doesn't judge what they're about to hand you. They'll just deliver what you ask for. So, okay. They can, thank you, Sheila. They communicate through visual signs. It can be images. It can be real. Like let's say birds. Okay, a bird. You can see a real bird flying around. You can look in a book and all of a sudden you're seeing a bird. There's different ways. I'm not saying just it has to be the bird itself. It can be a picture of a bird or something that indicates a bird. They'll communicate through music. They'll communicate through other people's words sometimes. You may be walking by people and you'll overhear just a few words of conversation and it'll just strike you. Or you're listening to a song mindlessly and then all of a sudden one sentence or one line out of the song just strikes you. You hear it so clearly. Those kind of things tend to be messages. All right? So, hey, Angela, how are you, sweetheart? Welcome, welcome. All right, dreams. Okay, I know we had talked about that. I didn't do a live on dreams yet. Okay, we'll look at that. All right, now just so you know, I'll do a live on dreams. I do not do dream interpretation necessarily. I can tell you some things about dreams in generality, but some people really like all the symbolism and all that. That is not my thing, but we definitely have a lot to talk about when it comes to dreams. I can already I mean, I'm already hearing things from Spirit, some of the things that, we can talk about. So cool. Okay, Vani says, I would appreciate if you could express your insights on thoughts of lack. Oh, girlfriend, yeah. Yeah, I grew up with that big time. Which come up on the way to reprogramming, trigger, or linger. Thank you. All right. Well, yes, they can deliver a message in dreams. Yes. And yes, signs are all around us. And I think I said hi to Angela in case I didn't. Hi, honey. Glad you're joining us. All right. When it comes up, okay. Well, for reprogramming, it is an active thing. We have, actively awareness, actively. One of the things that's really important is to reword it or rethink it. So whenever anything negative, the lack rears up, acknowledge it, not in anger, not in fear, not just detached. Have no, emotions about it, because it's showing you, hey, I'm here. Still something to work on. That's all it is. Okay. And so when you have a thought or say those words, cancel, clear right away. Delete, cancel, clear, delete. People use different words, but basically what you're doing is when we have a thought or say words, we're sending that energy impulse out to the universe, and they're going to take it. They're going to receive it. Okay. But when we realize, oh, I didn't really mean that, cancel, clear, delete, whatever words you want to use, you can say it in your head or out loud. You stop it from being received. You stop it from arriving at its destination. And you just it's almost like gone. Okay. The key is, though, guys, and this is really important for the reprogramming from lack. Take that thought or those words and turn them into a positive. I'm a firm believer that anything negative can be turned into a positive. There are ways of saying it. Okay. And that is part of how you retrain. That's exactly a lot of what I did. Not the whole thing, but that's part of what I did. And I did a lot of talking to myself. All right, so hopefully that helps you. Yes, it is limiting beliefs. The lack. Oh, yeah, I dealt with lack for a lot of years. Yep. So I get it. And I am healing that. I'm still not all the way through healing it, but I've healed it an awful lot, yes. And part of it was my gratitude when money would show up at it. I didn't care how it came. I mean, not that I didn't care. I mean, it's not like I want somebody to rob a bank and give it to me. That's not what I meant. I just meant if it was on the ground, if somebody decided that they wanted to pay for my lunch, or have you ever been, I was in a Starbucks one time. This goes back quite a lot of years. I was in line, and the woman in front of me, after she was done with her order, she turned around, she handed me a gift card. And I said, thank you. That is abundance. To me, as long as it's a positive way of receiving it, I am open to all of it. So, all right. His gift says, what about seeing numbers? Those are absolutely messages. Absolutely. I have an angel numbers book because it's not always 1111 or 555. There's all kinds of numbers that can be seen. And that is another way that spirit does communicate. So perfect. Thank you for bringing that up. Vani says, not accepting that thought, not letting it in and dwelling on it. Yes, reframing. Right. Yes, not letting it in. Yes, that is part of it, but it's also rewording it. You've got to give new energy. You've got to give the positive energy to it. Okay? Hopefully that made sense. I learned an idea. There's gold dust in the air. Well, I like that. Hey, Penny, how you doing? But the only thing about that is, that means it's in the air. Well, don't you want it not to be floating in the air, but don't you want it like in your hands maybe, or in your bank account? Think about that. See, this is where it gets kind of funny, right? You would think, oh, that means there's money everywhere, there's gold all around me. Well, that's great, but if you take the literal, because that's what spirit does, the literal meaning. I love that, spirit. First time that actually came out that way. The literal meaning is what they take, or the literal energy. I shouldn't say meaning. The literal energy signature that is being delivered with those words or thought. They take it. So that's why it's so important to reword and carefully words and thoughts. Okay. So let me see. We got a few more questions coming in. We were actually in the last few minutes, but let me see what I can cover here. Not questioning how it arrives. Yes, Princess Sophia, absolutely. What's the name of the numbers book? You know, the numbers book I have, Will, is the Doreen Virtue Angels Numbers book. Now, I know I'm a little dated. This is things I've had forever. I really do like Doreen Virtue's stuff. I know there's a whole big to-do with her, okay, but her stuff still for me is valid. I am going to start shifting some. I just haven't done it yet, but that's the name of the book I use, Angel Numbers book by Doreen Virtue. How to be more open of receiving. Ooh, okay. That's going to be a whole nother live. I like that one too. How to be open to receiving. Dreams. I'm making notes, guys, because I have a list and things I put it on. Thank you. Air means abundance of it. Oh, okay. Okay. Abundance of gold. But where is that abundance of gold? Is it yours or is it just out there? See, these are little tiny things that make a difference. It's not like the end all be all and oh my gosh, you know, but I'm trying to help you guys. These are little tiny nuances too that make a difference. Okay, let me see here. Did I get it all? Yes. Okay, I thought there was more there. Okay, so I've got those two subjects. And what I want to say with everyone that's here, I love the numbers. We're getting up there. That's awesome. I'm so glad you guys invited friends and things. It's just great. Remember, you guys, follow and like my Elyse Ann Psychic page. Make sure your notifications are set at favorites. I post card messages. I do lives. I do all kinds of great stuff. Check out my website too, ElyseAnnPsychic.com. Sign up for my email list. When you get there on the home page, you'll receive my email list every month receives a 3-card channel message just exclusively for my list. But make sure that you check the promotions folder if you're a Gmail person, because sometimes they'll bump them into promotions and the promotions folder and it gets a little lost. So it's the best I can do with that. I don't know why Gmail does that, but they do. And it's a little frustrating for people like me. But, okay. It's about there is no scarcity. I like that. I like that, Vaney. Thank you. How do we know that spirits are connecting to us or how to react to them better? Debbie, I like that subject. What I'm going to do is we can do that in the future. What I'd like to offer to you, though, and how to reach them better. Okay. I see. You said reach, not react. I have all my lives on my page. There is a link or, a tab that's videos. And if you want, click on those. And I have all the lives I've done, my Psychic Mini Reading lives, but also these Table Talk Thursday lives. And I've labeled them as this, you should be able to read the subject matter of that night too. I know we've talked some about communication and spirit, but I might have been just angels. I'll look back and see, because I think, how do angels communicate? How does our spirit team communicate? We did something, but I don't know if we really did an all-out whole live on that. So I'll check that. I like that too. All right, so let me see. Do you have in-person classes or gatherings for spiritual growth? Glad you asked that, Sheila. I haven't brought back my workshop or classes yet. But this is what I can say. First of all, I hope, again, you will join us some more, because I do a lot of, even when I do psychic mini readings, lots of times, the reading is a reading, but little snippets will come out. That's the way spirit works with me. So that might help you. Yes, I did talk about spirit. Okay, thanks, Princess Sophia. You're welcome, Debbie. But I do work one-on-one with my clients too. Private one-on-one sessions. So we can also talk about that. I almost feel, if you want to start with a 30-minute session, we can look at that and see just what's going to work for you. The reason why I also love doing it one-on-one, I do classes too, I just don't have them set up right now, but part of the reason why I like doing the one-on-ones also is it's catered to my client. It's specifically for them. I have tools that are general, but there's also specifics that work really well with each individual. So that's something I can, say we can do too. Okay, Sheila, I hope that helps you. So, Zoom classes, not yet, sweetheart. You know, you guys, I have to admit, I have been going a million miles a minute. Things are really happening. I'm having a great time. I have a lot of projects in the background. Well, maybe not a lot, but I do have a handful of projects in the background. They're very, very, very exciting. But I am a passenger on the ship. I'm not steering the ship. So I'm not going to say much more than that, but stay tuned. Make sure you're on my email list, liking, following my page. There's some things that are going to come out that are very exciting. I'm so excited. I can't wait. They've gotten pushed out already once, so both of the projects I'm specifically thinking about right now. And so that's why I'm waiting. But it's funny you say Zoom classes because it's possible. The one thing I am going to bring back in September are the Zoom gallery style psychic reading event where I have about 8 people at the most, 8 participants, and we do an hour and a half, and you each get a reading from me, and I open with a channel message, and I close with a message from Spirit, and it's a lot of fun. Some of the people that are on here today, this evening, have participated in that. It's a lot of fun. So that's something, you know, the only thing right now on Zoom that I'm bringing back, I took the summer off on that. They're coming back in September. It's already on my website, so check it out. You can purchase your seat if you want to. Once the 8 are sold, that's it. It's an intimate gathering, and purposely so that most times you're going to be really resonating a lot more with the other readings too, not just your own. All right. So, remember guys, next week, next Thursday, we are starting at 6 p.m. Arizona time now. I'm dropping it down an hour. Okay? So remember that. Facebook is so messed up. They have me in Mountain Standard Time. I looked and researched once, tried to figure it out. I even contacted them a couple times. I've got no answer. This is months ago. Because Arizona never changes time. So half the year we are Mountain Standard Time. But for some reason, Facebook doesn't have the capacity to understand that we don't change when everyone else does. So they have my times incorrect. I can't do anything about it. It's very unfortunate. But so 6 p.m. Arizona time. We're going to start doing our Table Talk Thursdays. I want to hit the East Coast and some of the international crowd a little bit more too. So that's part of why we're doing it. I've been toying with it, and one of our great followers came to me and said, why don't you do that? I'm like, well, I've been thinking about it, and by the next morning I'm like, okay, I got it. We're going to do it. So the other thing is I want to tell everyone the third week of every month, the third Thursday of every month, we're going to do an open Q&A. I think that that's something we all had a lot of fun with. I had a lot of fun with it, and I want to see how it works on a once-a-month basis. What do you guys think of that? Do you like that idea? I think it's going to be the third. It's going to be third week, third Thursday. But tell me right now, do you like that idea? An open Q&A. We're really anything's fair game as long as they're general questions. I'm not doing readings, but fair game. Okay, so 6 p.m. it is. I've put it all out there. The new ones are showing that. Let me know if you like my Q&A idea every third Thursday of the month. Nobody has said anything about that yet, so let me know because I'm curious. All right. Love the idea. Okay, well, thank you. Thank you. I think I'm going to do that. Yeah. I love it too. So, all right. To each and every one of you. Natalie likes that idea. Sheila's smiling with, Sheila's giving me all kinds of hearties. Yes, it makes it general. Yes, awesome. Okay, that's what I'm going to start doing. I love the idea, but I just want to check it out. You know, you guys, I'm doing this for you. I want to know what you guys want. You know, I want to know what all works for you. So Sheila loves it too. All right, so that's what we're going to do. All right, to each and every one of you, I'm so glad you joined me this evening. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Faylene. Great idea. Awesome. I'm glad you like it too. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, morning, or afternoon, depending upon where you are in the world. Sending you much love, many blessings. I love you all. Until we see each other again. See you real soon, guys. Take good care.